don't know how long this video is gonna be or what I'm gonna talk about. But I'm gonna talk. I think this would be good for me. Yeah, I think this will be good for me. I think I want to talk about like my depression or my mental health and how overall it has affected me in life. Or just my life in general. I think a lot about like the story of how I was born. And I was very sick. I was a very sick baby. And I always ask people like, oh, what was I like as a kid? What was I like as a kid? Because I don't really retain any of that. I didn't retain any of that. I don't remember. You know? And they'll tell me things. They'll tell me how I used to be or the way that I used to act. And I wonder now, am I the same person I was back then? Am I the same person that, you know, I just, as a kid growing up, people would tell me stories of like things I used to do or, you know, ways I used to act or things that like, I don't know. Am I the same person? I feel like I've lived 20 million different lives in this one lifetime, and I'm only 19. I'm turning 20 this year. I turned 20 in June, but I'm only 19, and that's what I have to constantly remind myself, is that I'm only 19. I still have so much life to live. But then I go back on that. I go back and I'm like, am I gonna live that long? Am I gonna live a full, fulfilling life? I don't know. Not the point. But I wonder, like, out of all of the things that I've experienced in my life, all of the things that I've gone through, the things that have happened to me, the things that, you know, have shaped the person that I am now, not only how do I overcome those things, but how did that even shape who I am today? How did all these choices and all of these things that have happened to me, or the things that I've gone through, you know, everything that has happened, how did that change who I am now? How is that shaping who I am now? I'll look at old pictures of myself and I'm like, that's me? What? That's me? I look so different. I've gone through several different identities in my life. I've gone more than several. I've been a prefla? I don't know that word. I've been so many different people, so many different things. I've experienced and grown and learned and experienced and just done so many things. And there's beauty in that, of course. There's so much beauty in that. But I can't help but feel pain in it as well. Like, what do you mean I have to keep doing that again and again and again for the rest of my life? What do you mean life is just a non-stop of just shit, just everything happening to you? And yes, there's good in that. Shit doesn't mean just like bad things that are happening. There's good shit too. I've had some really good moments lately. But I've also had some really low moments lately as well. And I think a lot about who do I want to become? Where do I see myself? Who do I see myself becoming? Where do I want to end up? And sometimes I can't really figure that out. You know? Like, and people are like, oh, take it one day at a time, you know? But if I'm taking it one day at a time every day, that doesn't leave a future for me. How can I take anything one day at a time if I don't even know what I'm doing? I have no direction in life. And I think that also happens to deal with a lot of like the identity thing that I'm struggling with, is like, who am I as a person? What do I want for myself? Who am I becoming? A lot of that is identity. And I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. I'm not good at observing other people or recognizing things like that. I don't know how to do any of that. I'll see things happening and I'll know it's happening, but I won't. I'll just let it happen. I don't do anything to change the scenario, and I could. I have full control over my life, but I don't make choices for myself. I do. I need to stop being so negative on myself, but sometimes I don't. I really struggle with that. I don't know. At the end of the day, I just think about like, what do I even enjoy? What do I like to do? What is there for me to do? Who am I? What's the deal? Who is Malaya? Who's Malaya? What is she? I worry a lot about people's perceptions of me. And that's something that I really struggle with, is I'm always worried about like, oh, what are you feeling? How do you feel about me? What are you thinking right now? What can I do to change? How do I, what do I do better? What can I do better to make this person like me, to make people like me? I want people to like me. And I feel like a lot of people don't. And I don't know what it is that I do wrong. And then the people that do like me, they're really good people. I have really good people in my life that like me, but then it's only a few, and it feels like it's never enough. And I should be happy with what I got, right? But I genuinely only have one true friend. That's a girl, like my girlfriends. I genuinely only have one true friend like that. I don't keep friends easily. People don't like being around me, I feel like. And I don't know what it is that I do wrong. Maybe I'm weird. I think I'm weird. I'm told I'm weird, but I don't think there's a negative in that. I don't think it's like, oh, you're a freak. It's just like, yeah, she's kind of quirky or whatever. I don't know. But I don't know what it is about, like, people not wanting to stick around. I'm good for them in the moment, and then when they're done with me, they throw me out. So what can I do to be better? What can I do to make people stay? What can I do to... How can I be better? How can I don't know. Do I do something wrong? But then it's like, I'm trying my best, and if people don't meet me where I'm at, then, what is there to do? What is there to do? There's nothing to do. Maybe we just didn't merge. Maybe that person wasn't meant to be. Maybe it's divine timing and the universe is protecting me. But I'm lonely. I just moved states. And in the state that I moved in, I have one friend here. And then my best friend, my girlfriend that I was talking about, she lives in a different state. So the one friend that I have here, it's, that's a hard situation because that's like a romantic interest. So it's not even like like, yeah, you could be friends with, like, your romantic interest, whatever, but I don't know, those things always tend to end. So who do I have after that? You know, I don't have people in my life. I have my family. I have my siblings. My siblings are my people. I would do anything for my siblings, you know. I love them with my whole heart. But I'm guest in their life. I'm nobody's person. I don't know. I don't have my group. I don't have people who think, oh, I wonder how Malaya is doing. Let me check up on Malaya. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't give people enough credit, though. Because I do have people, I have really great people in my life. And I have my, you know, friends, but nobody close enough to me where I'm like, yeah, that's somebody that I want to, if they stop talking to me, I'd be sad, but we don't really talk much anyways, so what difference does it make in my life, you know? Nobody reaches out to me, nobody makes an effort to be a part of my life, and I don't make the effort either. I'm not gonna put all the blame on them, but I don't know. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? I'm lost. My mental health has taken over my life. It's something that I've struggled with for a long time, and as a kid, as the experience that I've shaped, not even as a kid, even as an adult now, the things that I've gone through that have shaped my life to form who I became. I don't always know if I like this person, you know? And my therapist tells me a lot, oh, you just need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. I feel like she thinks that's my main problem, is I don't love myself. But, I mean, it is a problem because I don't, right? So maybe there's truth in that. But how could I? How could I have so much love to give for other people, but I don't love myself. I have so much love in my heart. I'm a very loving person, but I don't know how to give it to myself. And that's something that I'm working on, and I'm doing better with. I'm trying my best. I try every day, but I don't know. I'm sick in the head, and I know I'm not my diagnoses, but my diagnosis, or whatever my diagnoses are, I'm not any of that stuff, but it definitely makes functioning as a normal human, as a normal adult, much harder, you know? It's a continuous struggle. And I see people who are my age, and I know nobody has their life together right now at my age, but I'm like, why do I feel so far behind? Why do I feel like I'm not doing enough? Why do I feel like I'm constantly failing at life? Constantly failing at life. How do I be better? How do I change? At the end of the day, I don't want to die. I just want to be happy. And I don't think anyone who's actually suicidal is actually suicidal. They just want a different outcome of things that have happened, or how they're feeling, or the way life is. Nobody's suicidal actually really wants to die, and at least that's my perception. Nobody who's suicidal actually wants to die. They just want a different outcome. At least that's my experience with suicide, is I've always just wanted a different outcome. it was to escape or something, or needing attention, or I hated my situation that I was in, so I just wanted to get out of it, you know. I don't know. I'm reminding myself I'm trying my best. I've been setting boundaries lately. That's a start, right? I'm starting somewhere, setting boundaries. I used to let people walk all over me, but now I'm trying to do that less. How do I change the outcomes of my life? You know? The things that I've gone through, the things that I've experienced, the things that I continue to experience and will continue to experience. It's part of life. It's part of the human experience. But fuck, man. Fuck. This shit's hard. This is hard. Life is the hardest thing I've ever gone through. Just living life is the hardest thing I've gone through. And I think that's everyone's experience, right? It's just living is the hardest thing to do. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that way for me. I don't know. I want a different outcome. I have no direction in life. I want something more for myself. I had so many goals when I was a kid. I wanted to go to a college in Malibu and become a doctor or become a singer or whatever the fuck I wanted to do. You know, I've had many aspirations in my life. I've had many dreams and goals and things that I've wanted to do, but I'm not doing any of that right now. I think of my younger self. If my younger self, maybe I'm thinking 6 or 7 year old me, sorry, was to see me, how would they perceive me? Would they be happy to see me? Would they be scared? And that's my fear, is that they would be scared. Like, what do you mean that's how you look? What do you mean that's how you're acting? What do you mean that's your life? What happened to this? What happened to that? What happened to everything that you wanted to become? What do you mean you're not doing the things that you swore on your life you were going to do? Back when you were religious, you would pray every night to become these things, and you're none of them. And I guess that's part of life, is we grow and we learn different things that we're wanting to do, and we find what works for us, because of course not every plan is going to work out, you know. But I want to make myself proud at the end of the day, and I'm not proud of who I am. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I've done a lot of things that I regret. But I've also learned and experienced so much, so I'm not giving myself enough credit. And that's part of the human experience, is learning and growing, just living this human experience. It's the universe experiencing itself. I'm just part of the universe experience itself, but why would anyone want to go through this? Why would anyone want to experience this? What is the point of that? What do you get out of this? And maybe I'll have some fantastic growth moment where my life is exactly where I want it to be, and I'm this person that I want to become, and I do all the things that make me happy, and maybe I'll have that moment one day. But where am I now? What about now? Live in the moment, right? Live in the fucking moment. I can't do shit right now. I can't do anything right now. I can't do anything. And I'm trying. I'm fucking trying, man. I'm really fucking trying. I've been trying. And it's never been enough. I grieve my own self. I grieve. I go through the 5 stages of grief every day just because of my life. Maybe that's not normal, but I hate the way my brain works. I hate my brain. If I could switch my brain out for somebody else's, I would. I hate my brain. I hate the way it works. But there's so much beauty in my brain too. The way I love is so special. If you were to be loved by me, if you've gotten to experience being loved by me, I feel like I have so much love to give. And I express love so deeply. I express everything I feel so deeply. I feel everything so deeply. Yeah. When will I be happy with myself? That's my main question, is when will I be happy with myself? And is anyone truly happy with themselves? Or does our past haunt us for the rest of our lives? Or do we learn to grow and accept those things? I don't know. I'm young. I'm only 19. That's what I have to keep reminding myself. I'm only 19. I've only been on this earth for 19 years. Almost 20 now. So maybe I shouldn't give myself so much grace, but I'm trying. I'm really fucking trying, man. I don't know.